from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. We got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. Welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Is this table shorter?
No,
I feel taller. Have I grown?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe I'm just sitting up straight. Today is Monday, May 16th. On this day, Lewis and Clark start their famous expedition. Now, although they were very effective explorers, Lewis and Clark were not as entertaining as Martin and Lewis.
That's true.
You are listening to probably the greatest Monday. Probably is misspelled terribly.
That's not my fault. You wrote the script.
I'm going to blame the interns.
You wish you had interns.
I miss the interns. When I had the other radio show, I had interns. I liked that.
You miss an independent producer instead of a co-host, a producer ///.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're all right. So you were listening to probably. That's the way it's spelled. Probably the greatest Monday-only radio show in Westfield, Massachusetts. They'll learn you with your average run-of-the-mill alum, Michael Buster McMahon. And
sure it
coincidentally,
wasn't written by Martin and Lewis?
Probably. Coincidentally, that's me. And I'm an alcoholic or a liar. You figure it out. Joining me is the logins to my Messina. You like that one?
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. My pal and producer, Peter Coles. Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
His girlfriend kicked him out the other night for being drunk. He was shocked. He didn't know she took a part-time job as a bouncer. Okay, that's a legit laugh. That's cool.
That's a good one.
All right. Today on the show, cool stories about great songs. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss the theory on how Jack the Ripper was actually a woman. But we probably won't have time for that.
You tease me. Why you tease me?
So sit back, relax, and remember, the worst thing about looking for the truth is sometimes you find it.
The funny thing about that joke is I hadn't seen my girlfriend in a while because of COVID going through her house and stuff like that. And so we met up at a brewery down by her house so we could be outside and all that kind of stuff. And I ended up leaving first, so she did kick me out.
Look at that. A little bit of truth. That's the best. That's the best.
I wasn't
humor.
drunk,
with
though.
with a little bit of truth here.
I wasn't drunk.
And everything.
It's
Probably.
still funny.
PROBBLY.
Yeah, written by Martin.
Probably.
For Lewis.
But that's not even close. I guess, you know what? All right, maybe it's close because I think the B is supposed to be an A. The second B is supposed to be an A. So, all right, so it's not too bad. So it just looks really, really funny. Probably. It looks like a cheap brand of beer. Probably.
Okay.
That'd be a good name for a beer. Actually, I told you if I had a beer, if I started a beer company, what I would call it, right?
What's that?
Responsibly. Because every other commercial would advertise, please drink responsibly. I wouldn't have to spend any money advertising because everyone else would be doing it for me.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Half of my ideas are good. Oh, here's my other idea. You ready?
Sure.
You know how if the restaurant is successful, that
Yes.
I want to buy a house in Vegas. I want to live in Vegas.
Yeah.
I want to add something pretty cool to this house.
What's that?
Well, you know how the Mirage has been purchased by the Hard Rock.
Yes.
And they are going to dismantle the volcano and put another guitar-like shaped hotel there. I want to buy the volcano.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Put it in front of my house. And obviously I'm not going to have it go off every hour because I don't want that kind. But like once a night, that'd be kind of cool. Like 7 o'clock at night. Everyone come by, watch. I'll set the volcano off. You know, we'll have hot dogs and everything. And then, get off my lawn.
I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.
So you don't think it's a good idea?
No.
I think it's a great idea.
I don't think you have the money for that,
Not
first
yet.
of all.
Not yet.
Okay.
I talked to my brother about maybe buying it and putting it in front of the restaurant. And I think he thinks I'm joking. He's like, yeah, that's funny. I'm like, no, I'm serious. We buy it, we ship it out here, put it in front of the restaurant. I'm sure the town of Somers, Connecticut wouldn't mind a fake volcano in town.
Here's the planning board to Michael Buster McMahon.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
I'm on several lists, actually.
I know. Just you made the new list.
Just remember, too, here's another great piece of advice. Depending on who's telling the story, you're either a hero or a villain.
Right.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Yep. You're somebody's hero, you're somebody's villain. All right, well, that's not what we do. We might have a guest later around the 9 o'clock hour. Somebody who he gave the commencement speech at the college, which is pretty cool.
Which one?
John Ocker Bloom.
No, which college?
Our college, Westfield State.
It's your college. It's not
Well,
my college.
all right. Well, technically, it's the alum show, right? I mean, it was. It's morphed into something else over the years, but it's still sort of this time slot is supposed to have a connection to the college.
Okay.
So when I say our college, you're an honorary alum. Didn't they give you like one of those honorary doctorates or something?
Well, I didn't get an honorary doctorate, but I got a lifetime owl.
So there you go. So see, it's your college too. So anyway, hasn't confirmed what song he wants to do, so we're assuming that he's still on board. And then, of course, I feel bad for whoever's producing the show because on the fly, they might have to find the song. So,
Considering there's only two of us here, it wouldn't be you. You don't know how to operate any of this stuff.
that's not true. I did operate it once without you. That was the old studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically I could do the show from that room if I knew how to work the equipment. But then I would...
At some point, all you guys got to learn.
Yeah, but then I would expect 2 paychecks if I'm doing 2 jobs.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, so... Anyway, this isn't what we do. We don't just blab and blab and blab.
It is sometimes.
Sometimes we go on little tangents and everything. But we play great songs from all different eras, and we tell you the stories behind them. And 95% of the stories are true.
What's your first story?
I'm just telling. So this song was this is the Vandal. I love Martha and the Vandellas, don't you?
Sure.
Yeah, how can you not like them? This version was issued as the first official release off the group's 1966 album, Watch Out. Though the album's actually first single was a ballad, the record company thought that this was going to be the strongest song. What am I going to do without your love? And oh my God, did it bomb. And now they're panicking because a lot of times when the first single bombs, you don't have that momentum to keep the album going. So when they released this one as the second single, they were all pretty much whatever religion they were part of. They were there on Saturday or Sunday in their little churches all begging, please let this song be a hit because there's going to be a big problem if this album bombs. But this song renewed their Vandello's popularity. It went to the top 10 and was a chart hit for the group in Britain, where the song peaked at number 22 on the chart, which was a big deal for them because Britain wasn't a market that they had busted into yet. So it worked out pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a catchy little tune. It's called Ready for Love, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Santana. You know, that used to be one of my karaoke songs. I haven't done that in a very long time, though.
Really?
That's one of the songs I just don't think to do it. You know, when you go to do karaoke, you sit there and the sign up list, and you're like, what do I want to do? It's just not a song that usually pops into my head.
Gotcha.
Now, that song was it was a remake. It was originally done by Willie Bobo in 1965. And Willie Bobo was a huge influence on Carlos Santana. And in fact, he felt that Willie Bobo didn't really get his due. And so as Santana was actually starting to put things together and they were being successful, he actually reached out to Willie and said, listen, you're one of my heroes. And Willie Bobo actually played some backup on some of Santana's records.
Oh, cool.
And he said that, you know, I'm growing up in the street trying to play this Spanish music here and trying to get an audience. And Willie Bobo was actually in the recording studio. He's like, he was a pioneer. And this was one of his songs. And so in tribute, he made a hit out of it, too. It's a great little catchy little tune.
Yeah.
Now, did you see the movie The Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond?
Probably.
There was a famous scene in that movie
long time
where
ago.
he had written the song Love on the Rocks, and he had sold it. He was very excited. Somebody bought it. And so he goes to the recording studio, and there's like this punk rocker in there going, Love on the Rocks! And he's like, no, that's not what I intended. And then he plays the song, the version that we all knew. And I'm thinking it's an exaggerated, and usually I spit out facts here. This is speculation on my part. But I did know that Neil Diamond wrote this song, and he envisioned it as being a slow, sort of a beautiful song. And, of course, the hit version we got was pretty much an up-tempo pop song. So I'm thinking maybe that scene was influenced by this early version of one of the first songs that he had written that became a hit, that this is not the way I intended it. In fact, there's some nice little concert versions where you'll hear him sing this song the way he intended it, envisioned in his head anyway. But you know what? Either way, I'm sure he enjoyed the paycheck he got from it because it was a pretty big hit for the Monkees. Here's I'm a Believer in 9.5 WSKB.
Love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yes, I saw her. Of doubt in my mind.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Song sung blue, everybody knows one. Song sung blue, every garden grows one. Me and you are subject to the blues now and then. But when you take the blues and make a song, you sing them out again. You sing them out again. Song sung blue, weeping like a willow. Song sung blue, sleeping on my pillow. Funny thing, but you can sing it with a cry in your voice. And before you know it, get to feeling good. You simply got no choice. Subject to the blues now and then. But when you take the blues and make a song, you sing them out again. Song sung blue, weeping like a willow. Song sung blue, sleeping on my pillow. Sing it with a cry in your voice. And before you know it, start feeling good. You simply got no choice. Song sung blue. Song sung blue.
Is that true?
Yeah, I guess.
That everybody, is subject to the blues now and then?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I had to follow that up with another Neil Diamond song. And the funny thing about that song is when you think about, like, Neil Diamond songs that you like, that's a song that you kind of forget about. It's kind of a cool tune, though. And he didn't think much of it when he wrote it. He's like, you know what? I said what I wanted to say in the song, and but, there's not much meat to it. But, he's like, I'm happy with it because it's what I wanted to say, but I don't think it's going to be a hit. And the record company said, "Are you kidding? This is going to be a major copyright. You're going to make a lot of money off this song." He's like, "Okay, I guess." And he did.
Okay.
He made money off of it. He didn't hate the song. He just didn't think it was anything special. He's like, it's what I wanted to say, and I said it. Hey, you like teases? When I do like teases for the next song?
Sure.
The second song you will not hear in the movie. Rocky IV. However, it was written for Rocky IV. And you'll know the song. So if you want to try to maybe speculate what that might be, you've got it in front of you. So I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the I'm talking to the audience.
It was another movie though.
Yes, it was. It was used in
some skating movie, wasn't
another
it?
movie.
Yeah.
We will talk about it. There was no skating in it.
I thought it was used in a skating something about some figure skater or something.
Not unless it appeared in some spoof movie or something. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves here and everything. Hey, Tina, Tina's show. I've talked about Tina's show before, and you produce Tina's show too. She's talking about health and wellness.
Well, she does more of it than I do, but yeah.
Is it healthy to get up at 6 o'clock to listen to her show?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just joking.
A lot of seniors get up at 6 o'clock, no
That's
matter what.
That's crazy to me. That when I'm in the nursing home, I'm going to put a sign: "Do not wake me up before noon."
Yeah, until your body just gets you up.
Yeah, I will get up to pee, obviously, but then I'm going back to bed.
No.
And according to my daughter, she's going to put me in a
home.
She's going to put me in a home, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be an expensive one.
Gotcha.
So maybe I'll get nurses who just won't care. Like,
so
you know what? Maybe they'll just say he wants to sleep till noon. Let him. So. Because they'll say, the first shift nurses will say it's one less thing I've got to do.
So you're going to a shack?
If it's up to my daughter, yeah. Karen,
are you going to a love shack?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I'd be up for that. Put me out to stud. It's a good life.
Going to a love shack, yes.
We were talking horse racing earlier. That's why I brought that up.
I got you.
Anyway, so this song was a hit. But Phil Collins was kind of upset that people didn't get the joke, and especially when you see the video.
If you watch the video, you get the joke.
But he says people still like they were making fun of all the jeans commercials at the time. How all these people, they look good and everything, but they probably can't speak.
Move.
They can't do complete sentences. They can't walk. And he's like, people didn't get the joke, and
well,
he said it ruined the fun for them.
Nobody got money for nothing either.
Nope. The other one too that really cheesed a band off, and that song was great, was the Pet Shop Boys and Opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically in the song, you got the looks, I got the brains, let's go make lots of money.
Yeah.
And they were trying to make fun of capitalism, which I always think is funny when somebody famous tries to do that. I'm like, that's how you get your money, dope. But anyway. And he goes, people took it as a capitalistic anthem. And he goes, it's an anti-capitalist making fun of its song. But I'm like, you know what?
That's the whole point of capitalism.
But also, too, capitalism worked for you. But you also, too.
No, that's the whole point of it.
If you listen to the song, it's not that clear that you're making fun of it.
Right. But capitalism is the point where you put out a product and you don't decide whether you don't make it a hit. It makes itself a hit.
So each verse is in the scene from the video is kind of making fun of a separate jeans commercial, and it's a great video. It really is. But he said he goes, it kind of killed our fun that the fact that people didn't get it. All they wanted to know was, no, you can't dance. So
the collective people are stupid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'll never go broke.
That's true.
Trying to play off of that. Anyway, here's I Can't Dance, Genesis, 89.5 WSKB.
Sit on the beach. Her dog's talking to me, but she's out of reach. She's got a body under that shirt, but all she wants to do is rub my face in the dirt. 'Cause I can dance, I can talk. Only thing about me is the way I my blues. Thick smoke, see her smiling through. I never thought so much could happen, just shooting through. But I can dance, I can talk. The only thing about me is the way that I walk. I can dance, I can sing. I'm just standing here selling, oh, and checking everything is in place. You never know who's looking on. A perfect body with a perfect face. No, I can dance, I can talk. The only thing about me is the way I walk. No, I can dance, I can sing. I'm just standing there selling everything. Well, I can walk. No, I can dance. No, I can dance.
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Tonight it's very clear as we're both lying here. There's so many things I wanna say. I will always love you. I would never leave you alone. Sometimes I just forget, say things I might regret. It breaks my heart to see you crying. I don't wanna lose you. I could never make it alone. I am a man who would fight for your honor. I'll be the hero you're dreaming of.
So it was written for Rocky IV, and it kind of fits. I think it understandably when you hear that. Sylvester Stallone liked the song. He said it was a pretty good song, but I'm not sure if it fits the film, and he didn't think it fit the film, so he passed on it. And Peter Cetera was a little bit disappointed, but not soon after that, the producers of the movie The Karate Kid came calling and said, "Hey, Peter, do you have a song that maybe we can use in our movie?" And he's like, "Actually, I do."
Just happens to be right here.
I just happen to have one here. I'll send it right over to you. And they liked it, and the song went number 1. But it was written for Rocky IV, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense. Well, I always felt that Karate Kid was a little bit of a Rocky ripoff anyway. Did you ever?
No.
No? You don't feel that way?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay. An underdog going into the...
It was actually written for The Karate Kid 2.
Oh, it was for Karate Kid 2?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it wasn't written for Karate Kid 2. It was written for Rocky IV and,
I know,
and used in Karate Kid 2.
Right, it made it to Karate
when there
Kid
was absolutely... There was no skating in that movie.
I know.
Okay.
But I thought it was used in that Blades of Glory or whatever the hell it was.
Could have been.
I don't know.
Didn't see it. You know, being the movie snob that I am, and, you know, you can hate me for that, but everyone's a snob about something. Are you a snob about something?
Not really, no.
Beer or sneakers?
I don't have time for that.
No?
I don't have time to be snobby about anything because there's just that's a waste
I think
that's a waste of energy.
I think most people are a snob about something.
It's a waste of energy.
No. I can't sit through a bad movie, even though, you know. All right, so the movie that I appeared in is not going to win an Academy Award.
Do you know this won a ton of awards?
Who?
It won an Academy Award, a Golden Globe. The song.
Oh, okay.
Nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, so Sylvester Stallone.
Best pop vocal performance.
Sylvester Stallone might have missed the boat.
And then went on to win an ASCAP award for the most performed songs from a motion picture, and a BMI Film and TV Award for the most performed song from a film.
The Rocky IV soundtrack was pretty cool, but can you imagine how epic it would have been had that song also been included?
They were going to use it for the credits music, which would have been, I think, would have fit.
Yeah.
Hey, what do we know?
Yep. The Rocky III had a cool soundtrack too. Living in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great little tune.
I feel good.
Anyway. All right.
That's not what we do here.
So, all right, let me do a quick little news story here. I am hats off. Thank God for the Boston Celtics. I thought when they lost Game 5 epically like that, they blew that game. I did not have a good feeling. I'm like, this was our chance. We could have gone up 3-2 against the defending champs. You don't want to be down 2-3 against the defending champions, having to go into their arena to win Game 6 and then, traveling Game 7 where anything can happen. But not only did they win Game 6 and 7, that they won them decisively. And I'm feeling so good about this club. It's a deep team. The role players are coming and they're playing very, very well.
How about them Thunderbirds?
And there are Thunderbirds that I don't know if
they
I
won
told
a
this.
7-6 game.
Yeah, they were down like 4-0 early. I don't know if you noticed. Do you know that we're season ticket holders?
No, I did not.
Yes, we bought the package for next year. My daughter's a huge fan, and we're getting a lot of the tickets this season as incentive to have done that. So I envision people next year for Christmas getting gift certificates to steakhouses and hockey tickets for games that we can't go. So I think those are pretty good gifts.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, so basically, as I'm saying, you know what? I feel very, very good about the Celtics team because thank God, because the Red Sox are not bringing us much joy this summer. So let's have this continue a little bit longer, especially since the Bruins unfortunately lost. It was just a bad matchup against Carolina. It really was, and it's a shame because I thought that team had not as good of a chance as the Celtics, but I thought that they had a chance to make a little bit of a run, but... what can you do? But go Celtics.
Run into a buzzsaw right off the bat.
Yep. I love our chances against the Heat. I'm sorry, I don't love them. I like them a lot. We are favored, although we don't have home court advantage. Miami is the number 1 seed because they finished with a record of only 2 games. And when you think about where the Celtics were in January and December, how bad they were, but since January, has there been a hotter team in basketball than the Celtics? I like our chances. I really do.
Gotcha.
So hopefully this is going to be an enjoyable run because I'm in the mood for another parade.
Okay.
Anyway, so this song, basically the Glitter Twins, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, they worked hand in hand on a lot of this stuff. But this song and this album was more Mick because Keith had his own problems going right now. He had drug charges hanging over his head from a bus in Toronto. Now, I guess the amount of drugs that he had, and in Toronto at the time, the maximum sentence was life in prison.
Good for him.
Now, it's easy to be confident about your chances, but look, if life in prison is even a 3% chance of happening for me, I don't know how much I could focus on anything anyway. So Mick Jagger really took the reins on this song and that album. Keith ended up getting off pretty easily. He got probation, and the Rolling Stones were forced to do a free concert for the blind. It's cool. You can save money on lighting effects, right?
They still do the full show.
They did the full show?
Yeah, you do the full show.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Just thinking about, budget-wise.
He did the full show.
Anyway, here's Shattered by the Rolling Stones, 89.5 WSKB.
On the streets, look at me. I'm in tatters. I'm shattered. Shattered. Friends are so alarming, and my lover's never charming. Life's just a cocktail party on the street. Big apple, people dressed in plastic bags, directed shattered. Some kind of fashion. Shattered. Laughter, joy, and loneliness, and sex, and sex, and sex, and sex. Look at me.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for the dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for the lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. She put the lime in the coconut, she called the doctor, woke him up and said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve his bellyache. I said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve his bellyache. Now let me get this straight. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drank and poured up. Put the lime in the coconut, you called the doctor, woke him up, said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve his bellyache. I said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve his bellyache. You put the lime in the coconut, you drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut and you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Brother bought a coconut, he bought it for the dime. His sister had another one, she paid it for the lime. She put the lime in the coconut, she drank and poured up. And put the lime in the coconut, she called it Dr. Coconut. She said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, to relieve this bellyache. I said, Doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I said, Doctor, now let me get this straight. You put the lime in the coconut, you drink and pour up. Put the lime in the coconut, you drink and pour up. Put all lime in the coconut, you drink and pour up. Put the lime in the coconut, you're such a silly woman. Put a lime in the coconut and drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut, then you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both down. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Woo, ain't there nothing you can take? I say woo, to relieve your bellyache. You say well woo, ain't there nothing I can take? I say woo, to relieve your bellyache. You say yeah, ain't there nothing I can take? I say woo, to relieve his bellyache. I say doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I say doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I say doctor, ain't there nothing I can take? I say doctor, you're such a silly woman. Put the lime in the coconut and drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut and you feel better. Put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up. Put the lime in the coconut and call me in the morning. Yes, you call me in the morning. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do. If you call me in the morning, I'll tell you what to do.
Harry Nielsen.
Do you?
I'm sorry.
Do you?
Do I feel better?
No. Do you put the lime in the coconut?
I have never done that. Actually, have you?
I don't know. This song always, when I've always heard this song, it always reminds me, in my head, I'm always playing Row, Row, Row Your Boat as a sidetrack. Doesn't it feel like that same type of
Maybe.
iambic pentameter or something?
We were when we were putting the musical together. There was a scene where the love potion was being used, and we envisioned a song that was along that vein, and we ended up not doing that. But the name of the song is "It's in the Chemistry, Stupid," which is originally the song was going to get cut, but the song didn't get cut. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I loved the title. It's in the chemistry, stupid. It's just as a title I loved. I'm like, no, we can't cut the song. I love the title. Anyway, that's Harry Nilsson. And when he originally wrote the song and he was performing it and recording it, he just sang it straight. And like the producer and the engineer's like, you know what? This is a funny song. It could be like a cartoon. Can't you do all the different characters in like different voices? That's
why I thought it was like a row, row, row your boat, because it's almost the same lyric, just kind of repeated over itself.
So he's like, all right, I'll try it. And after a couple of takes, they're like, yeah, see, there we go. That's going to be a hit that way. And it would have been, I think it would have been kind of a boring song without the voices. I mean, it still would have been somewhat catchy, but that could be a song that gets stuck in your head. Hey, I was right last week. It was I'm in Love with the Other Woman. That was the song that got stuck in my head during the week.
Okay.
Did you have one?
I'm not sure.
It was funny.
Gets stuck in my head all the time.
I had talked about the previous week how the song "Where Were You When I Was Falling in Love" by Lobo was this, because it's sometimes strange, a song that will get stuck in my head. It's not like usually an obvious choice. Like this one could, but sometimes it's a weird one. So I had a regular listener, say that was a song that got stuck in their head after the show.
Gotcha.
So that wasn't that crazy of a long shot.
Okay.
This song could get stuck in your head. It's kind of catchy. Now, it's some Native American brothers, and they were touring, and they realized that, there's discrimination going on, and maybe that, they would have trouble getting booked if they used their real name. So they were performing under the last name of Vegas. That's a good name. Johnny Vegas. Yeah, when I was going to do, I was considering doing an open mic night when I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was going to go under the name of Sal Vegas.
Oh, God.
It was Las Vegas backwards. Good name. No, Segev. Yeah. Sal Segev. That's the name I was going to consider doing. But I'm sure I wouldn't be the first person who ever thought of that.
Yep.
So basically, as they were starting to get a little more popular, the brothers, they decided, we do want to honor our heritage. So they came up with the name Redbone. It's a pretty good name for a band, Redbone.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's the song that you know by them. Come and Get Your Love, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Till the passion starts to rise. I wanna take you to heaven. That would make my day complete. But you and me ain't no movie star. What we are is what we are. We share a bed, some loving, and TV, yeah. That's enough for a working man. But what I am is what I am. And I tell you, babe, well, that's enough for me. Sometimes when you're asleep and I'm just staring at the ceiling, I wanna reach out and touch you, but you just go on dreaming. If I could take you to heaven, that would make my day complete. 'Cause you and me ain't no movie star. What we are is what we are. I'll tell you, sweetheart, that's just enough for me.
People are shocked when I tell them who sings that song.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you?
the original power ballad right there.
That's Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
And people are like, come on. And people have forgotten about that song. It's a very, very beautiful song. And Alice Cooper, well, Vincent Furnier, Alice Cooper is technically the name of his band that they named after a witch who was in the witch trials. And he said, I wrote that song out of spite because all the critics were saying, wow, this is one of the most amazing rock concerts I've ever seen visually. But, musically, there's nothing that's going to make them stand out. And he kind of felt insulted by that. And he says, out of spite, he wrote this beautiful ballad saying, "See, you know what?"
And it's still a hit.
Yeah, and he, they said, there'll never be ELO or Elvis. And he's like, I'm not trying to be ELO or Elvis. I'm trying to be
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper, and this is what we are. And yeah, so he said he wrote that out of spite. But you know what? I wish he wrote more songs out of spite because that's a very beautiful song.
Yeah,
it really is.
I hear Kiss is doing another tour. They had a big show in Hartford this weekend.
Yes, I had. According to my Facebook page, I think I have 1,700 friends that were at that show.
Yeah, I know a few people that were at that show too. I saw pictures posted.
I respect Kiss. I like Kiss.
They're overrated. They're overrated.
I was never a huge Kiss fan. There's a couple songs I absolutely love, but
as Gene Simmons said, we're a commercial success.
Yep. If
he
somebody
never said we were a great band.
If somebody said, "Hey, I have tickets. You want to go? I'll go." But like, it's not a concert I would pay to go see. Basically.
Right, but did Gene Simmons ever say they were a great band? No.
I don't believe so.
He said we're a commercial success, which is, as he's a very intelligent dude, he's right.
The funniest thing is probably my my favorite Kiss song is the song that most Kiss diehards can't stand.
What's that?
I Was Made for Loving You.
Oh, okay.
They felt it was a solid hit, and I love that. That's a damn catchy song.
Yeah.
They were basically, with that song, they were basically saying, look how easy it is to write a disco song, and then they came up with that. Boom. All right, so now there's a bunch of different ways that you can name your band. What would you name your band, Peter?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. You know, ever fantasy of being, every kid grows up wants to fantasize being a rock star.
Nope.
No?
I wanted to be an astronaut.
Okay. All right. So what would your astronaut name be? Peter Coles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, my DJ name was Peter Coles.
That's it. It works.
Bill Hess thought that would that worked good enough. He wanted me to be, usually it's your first name and your middle name, which would be Peter Anthony. But at the time, Rob Kopech was on the air as Rob Anthony,
Right.
so I couldn't do it. He was on MAS.
Yep.
I was a competitor. We couldn't have Anthony brothers out there.
Yep.
So Bill Hess said, Pete Coles isn't that bad.
They originally had
he didn't want to be Peter Coles. Pete Coles, he said, sounds better.
The conversation didn't last very long when I was working at the AM side at WMAS. They were concerned about my last name because, there was Dina McMahon on the WMAS morning show. And we'd confuse people because sometimes we tell people like, "Oh yeah, it's my ex-wife." Sometimes I'd say, "Oh, that's my sister," and so we would confuse people that way. But there was talk of it, but they decided that it probably wasn't going to be an issue.
You're on the AM, she's on the FM.
Which I'm glad because basically, look, Michael John would have been a cool radio name. Phineas Van Buren is a name that I had done some radio under, which is a great name. But for the most part, I wanted people to know, who knew me that, hey, wow, good. Michael McMahon, had made it. He got the afternoon talk sports show.
Yeah.
And so I was glad I was able to keep the name. And once in a while I bump into my sister ex-wife, Dina.
There you go.
So, of course, you know what I would name my band. Do you remember?
Buddy Sorrell's 5-man trio.
That's you. Good job there. Because that name's available.
Recall, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Buddy Sorrell's 5-man trio would be the name of my band. But this
Beat
band
into my head for
this was the
7 years.
This was the Starfires. This was the name of their band.
You mean the name of our minor league baseball team?
Yes, I believe
Right
so.
up on
It's
the
not.
hill
It's
there?
not a minor. It's a college. Isn't it a college league team?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a minor. It's
Well,
not
technically,
affiliated with
it's like
anybody.
quadruple A.
It's no. It's these kids are going to get drafted by. They're all owned by different teams, so it's a little bit different system, but it's still good baseball. I used to watch the Holyoke Blue Sox. Actually, I threw the first pitch a couple times at the Holyoke Blue Sox.
Well, you're welcome to come down and watch some Starfires this year because they one of their games is going to be on Nesson.
Can I throw out the first pitch?
You can ask the owners.
I am the host of the most popular Monday-only Westfield radio show.
You could talk to them about it.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. The trick is if you ever have to throw out a first pitch, okay?
I mean, one of the owners is Donnie Morehouse, so.
Oh, all right. So if you ever have to throw out a first pitch,
yes.
and you may be asked to do that. I mean, you know.
No.
You might be. Here's the trick. People always try to get cute. They snap off a curveball. Let me throw a knuckleball or something. Just play catch.
Just get over the plate.
No, well, you're just playing catch. You played catch a million times. Just hit the glove, okay? Boom. I don't care if it's 18 miles an hour. Throw it straight, right in the glove. Boom. You throw a strike. Don't you're going to embarrass yourself any other way. If you try to snap off a curve and it goes in the dirt or something, you want to reach and be a big boy. Stand the actual pitching mound. hit the glove. You've played catch a million times in your life. That's all you're doing. Just hit the glove, throw the ball, hit the glove. Anyway, so somehow, okay, yeah, you derailed my story. So this was the band, the Starfires, and they were signed by a small record label that was owned by one of the band members' uncle. But then when they came up with this song and they started playing it, another record company said, listen, guys, if you want to be something, you're not going to make it on this rinky-dink label here. This song has the potential of a hit. You sign with us, Capitol Records, and we'll make sure that it's a hit. So the band bought it. They did it. They went to that. And now the family completely disowned the band. They wanted nothing. They were no longer welcome at, family picnics or holidays because these guys were, what they did was just horrible. So they changed the name of their band to the Outsiders because basically that's how they felt. Here's their big hit on Capitol Records, Time Won't Let Me, 89.5 WSKB.
Can't wait forever, even though you want me to. I can't wait forever to know if you be true. Time won't let me, time won't let me. Time won't let me. Wait that long. Can't you see I've waited too long to love you, to hold you in my arms? Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Can't wait forever, even though you want me to. I can't wait forever to know if you be true. Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Wait that long. He won't let me wait that long. Wait. He wait that long. Wait. So wait that long. Wait. He wait that long. Wait that long.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Here she comes, walking down the street. You know she's walking just like she's walking to come and see me. Oh, she's so young, and she's so fine. I know what's on your mind, know what you want.
Gary Anderson, better known as Gary U.S. Bonds. He took that name and hoped that it would be confused with a public service announcement advertising the sale of government bonds and therefore garner more DJ attention. Big surprise. Who wrote that?
That group the three names there.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, really? Oh, big surprise.
Not surprising at all. That is very Bruce Springsteen-ish. It's Gary U.S. Bonds. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to have John Ocker Bloom. Right now, we're doing a song by the Ronettes. This was written by the songwriting team of Jeff Berry and Ellie Greenwich. They were married at the time when they wrote the song, and as the custom, Phil Spector sort of finagled a writing credit on the song. But they divorced in '65. But they still worked together. And one of the last things they did, they were producing Neil Diamond's early recordings. We got a Neil Diamond theme going on today, accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Ronettes and Be My Baby, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Saturdays were made for polka. Tune in to the Polka Jammer Network starting at 6 a.m. and Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellina, Breakfast at BB at 8:30.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Once again, Peter, you were absolutely zero help on the backing vocals. I had to do the backing vocals and the main vocals.
I was keeping an eye on the phone adapter, which is still vacant.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I get a message from our guest that he's going to probably 9:30. So hopefully he'll be calling us. We're going to play his song now anyway, just because we've rearranged the show and I don't want to do too much more rearranging.
Do you want me to pull the song back that you had listed?
All right. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do? Why don't we play the second song first, and then maybe we'll hear the.
Okay, I can do that
so
too.
Do that. All right. So Sammy Hagar was always uncomfortable doing videos because he's like, listen, because you got to take so many different shots and everything. I'm winded now. That song winded me out.
We're getting old,
It's getting old stinks, but it beats the alternative.
Yeah, getting dead.
Yeah, getting dead. That's what I always say every time I get the birthday. I'm like, hey, cool, whole year without dying. Nice job. So Sammy Hagar goes, you know what? You have to do so many takes, and everyone does it. And he goes, you know what? I've been in the business. I can tell when people are faking. Because if you're doing a million takes, you're lip syncing. He's like, I can't do that. I have to sing. I have to go all out. So he did. So in that video, he went all out singing. And it's a great video, but they took so many takes. Van Halen unfortunately had to cancel their concert the next day because Sammy Hagar could not
blew out his voice.
Yeah, he could not sing the next day, and they were horrified that they had to do. I think most acts when they have to cancel a show, they are because they just think of the fans who have come out to see this show and looking forward to it, and to find out that it had to be canceled. Of course, a lot of shows were canceled in the past couple of years anyway when somebody suddenly pops up sick. But so that's Sammy Hagar is really, really singing if you see that video. All right, so now in a tribute, 1992, they did their Freddie Mercury tribute concert. So a lot of established acts came out and they did a Queen song, and Lisa Stansfield chose this song, and God bless her. You remember the video?
No.
Freddie Mercury starts to appear. He appears in like curlers and a bathrobe and a vacuum cleaner. And God bless her.
I have the live version of them singing it together.
Oh, okay.
You want to run that one? Lisa Stansfield and Queen?
I prefer the Queen song.
All right.
But thank you anyway, and thanks for asking. But so she came out in full garb when she did her song. So God bless her. I like Lisa Stansfield, but I'd rather hear Freddie Mercury sing it.
Okay.
But thank you. Thank you very much.
I did it quick and saw I had it. So
okay, cool. Well, here's Queen, and I Want to Break Free, 89.5 WSKB.
I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free. God knows. God knows I want to break free. I
There's Queen. As I said, Lisa Stansfield did that. It was at Wembley Stadium when she came out. She in the curlers and the vacuum and everything. God bless her. Hey, we have on the line is John. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Johnny. How are you, buddy?
I got to tell you, this is the greatest day of my weekend, and it's Monday.
Oh my God. That's fantastic. Basically, this is the greatest day of my week too, because I love doing this show and I love having some of the alumni guests on here. And John, you were doing the commencement speech for the college this past weekend. Now, that's amazing. Now, how did you get this gig?
It's a cruel hoax perpetrated on the class of 2022. As I said in the speech, I was distinguished more by who I was not than by who I am. But I will say I have the great characteristic of being a Westfield State grad, and nobody is prouder and nobody is more grateful to the school than I am. So
and Doug Meehan wasn't available, right?
Doug Meehan was not available. Not on this time. You know what? I would not be shocked if we see his face up there at some point.
Now, John, you were a couple of years ahead of me in college, and you were somebody I looked up to. And I figured after graduating that you would have become an international spy or a game show host. Did you come close to any of those career choices?
Actually, both. It's funny you should mention that. Both. I went into the spy biz, and that led me into game show hosting. No, I had the weirdest path, Mike. It was just bizarre. I went to law school out of Westfield.
Man, you just love school.
Northeastern University went in the United States and accredited and everything. It was I actually, you know what? I take that back. I went to Suffolk for my first year because I didn't get into Northeastern, but then I got into Northeastern as a transfer, and I graduated from Northeastern. My admission to law school was the result of a flukily high law school admission test score. I can assure you it was not the result of my academic prowess as an undergrad. But anyway, I did that, and I practiced law for 5 years, and I came to Charlotte, and then I, through another series of fluky things, got was hired by my clients and became an investment banker, and did that for 20 years before I started doing what I'm doing now, which is related. It's all finance. But the great irony is that I've learned everything that I know about finance on the job. I never studied finance. I never took a finance course, and I still haven't to this day. So anyway, but it's all Westfield State. Anything's possible.
So I'm curious, as a financial advisor, what you think of my part-time job as a professional card counter, blackjack player.
I'm not a financial advisor. Those people actually are smart. You know what? I love the idea of counting cards. I've tried it myself.
Oh.
In related news, I don't gamble, but it's fantastic. Saw the movie. Was it Bringing Down the House?
Yep.
Looked like it worked out great for those guys.
Yep. Now, look, I always looked up to you in the theater group. You were older, but the respect that grew for me was, when I watched you have to be the one to tell the theater group that we had lost our friend and director, Greg Tollin, is hard and life-changing for all of us at that time. I felt reassured that we had people like you who were carrying the ball, and I kind of knew that, as I said, our lives were never going to be the same, but I just had this underlying feeling that we were going to make it through, and I don't know if I ever told you that, but it's something I always meant to.
You know what? You've never told me that, and it means an awful lot to me. When I was sitting on stage, it's funny, our classmate, I don't know if you know this, but our classmate, Ken Romero,
yes,
who was a performer and really among the best performers in our whole group, left college to go pursue a career in acting, and had a long career in acting before getting into business, where he works now, and he's now in Martha's Vineyard and happily married, and he's having a terrific life. But he had never finished college, and he went back during the pandemic, finished the last handful of classes, and he actually graduated. So one of the people who was in that show with us, you and I were in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat together, as well as other things, and Kenny, who was in that, who was just as talented as anybody that
Absolutely.
I ever got the chance to perform with. actually walked at graduation, and I got to throw my arms around him and give him a big hug. And
That's
he got
great.
his diploma, and his mom came up, and his family. It was an amazing, amazing thing. So Stacy Ashley was there, and her husband Ben, Kenny, his husband, the entire crowd. And I will tell you that I thought of our friend Greg when I was up there, and I thought of our friend Chris Paradise, and I thought of others, who we've lost. But what a privilege it was for us to be able to be around such wonderful people. It's a real gift.
Absolutely. Now, have you ever done theater again?
So, great question. So,
half of my questions
when
are.
I was in law school. They really are, Mike. When I was in law school, I actually did a show at a group called Speakeasy Stage Company, which I looked up not long ago and actually still exists. It's in the South End of Boston, and they've been around for 30 years. I performed in a show there. I performed a little bit at Turtle Lane Playhouse, where I was sort of a subordinate player, but there was a really nice little regional theater company. And probably my favorite thing is that just the year after I graduated, Christine McNamara, now Christine Musial, and I founded a company in Needham, Massachusetts, affiliated with St. Joseph's Catholic Church. We produced a production of Godspell. Meg Dodd, who you may remember from, who was a year ahead of me, was in it, and it was a bunch of kids to adults, and it was an awesome experience. We broke even. We actually contributed a little bit of money to the church, so that was like great accomplishment. And that theater company continues to exist now, 30 some odd years later. So
that's great.
But that was it. Did those couple of things, and then realized that I was going to be a professional at something else.
Well, I mean, hey, cool. Maybe you guys could, maybe you can use your connections there. I've written a musical. Maybe they would put that on there.
Listen, let's go. I love that idea. If you're ready to produce, if you're ready to direct, I'm ready to produce.
That's Here awesome. It goes to the shameless promotion again.
I'm sorry. So now, I'm not. I have no problem speaking in front of people and everything, but I'm thinking if I had to deliver a commencement speech, that I think I would be a little bit terrified there. Were you nervous at all for this?
No, I got to tell you, Mike. It just, what I said just fell out of my head. I mean, I had prepared it. First of all, I had 2 years to prepare because I was asked to deliver the address in 2020.
Oh, wow.
For the class of 2020, but because there wasn't any graduation in either of those 2 years, I wound up doing it now. So I had 2 years to sort of think about and reflect and so on. But what I always say about sort of speaking is if you know the material well enough, like you don't have to ask me to prepare to speak about my kids, right? I have two children, 30 and 25, Bethany and Archie, and if you ask me to speak about them, I could go for hours because I love them and because I'm proud of them and because I never run out of things to say. That was my experience at Westfield and the influence that it had on my life. I was prepared and that I'd written a speech, but even if I weren't, you could ask me to talk about my experience at Westfield and all of the influence that it's had on me. And what more, I would like to talk about nothing more than that. I mean, everything, I met my wife there. I had the opportunity to perform with people like you, to have these relationships, to be close to people and to learn the things that are most important in life about, friendship and love and loyalty and the opportunity to have an influence in a positive way on the lives of people. It was just a unique experience, and I think it's special to Westfield. I'm sure lots of people think that's true for their colleges, and they're probably right. But Westfield was an incredibly special experience for me. I talked to our former mayor, Don Humison, on my way up to Westfield, and we were just sharing, and we just feel incredibly grateful, and I certainly do. So the answer was, there was a point at which I did wonder if someone would stand up and go, fraud, which would have been hard to refute. But when that didn't happen, I felt perfectly comfortable.
So they didn't announce up there hey, we were going to get we were going to get Howie Mandel, but instead we got John Ocker Bloom, something like that.
Correct. You have to watch the speech. Everything you're saying is 100% right, more so than you know. The opening is, I know what you're thinking. That's not Bill Gates.
Yeah. I was.
They were 100%. They were 100% right. It's like, why this guy? Great question. My family wonders the same thing.
So now your lovely wife Amber and your two kids and everything. Did they have to hear you practice the speech? Then did you test it out on them, or
the answer is my kids know because they would still be laughing. But Amber did. I did record it into my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And send it to her just to see how it read. Well, first of all, I wanted to see how long it was, and it was 10 minutes or something, so that was good. My graduation in 1989, we had an incredibly gifted scholar, a paleontologist from Harvard. He talked for 45 minutes. Oof. It was like a slow death. It was so bad.
Yeah.
He was great, but for students,
yep.
Many of whom had been out the night before, enjoying themselves, let's say, myself potentially included, and it was outdoors. It was warm.
Yep.
And 40 minutes in, you're like, the dinosaurs are dead, bro. Like they're not coming back. Birds are dinosaurs. I get it. Please, for the love of God, stop.
My family made me. I almost didn't go to my graduation because I said that because I'd been to a couple. I'm like, it's death. And then you get to, you have to watch 500 people go up and get their degrees. I'm like going, and as I'm walking up, I'm watching everybody videotaping. I just want to say, you're going to watch this again? What are you videotaping?
It's funny. I go and watch my walk, pretty frequently. Maybe once a month I walk my 1989 graduation walk. It's really, really good. I thought the form was good. I took one step and then another and then another, and then that goes on for about 15 seconds. And then, it's over. But then I start at the beginning again, and it's equally as good every time I rewind. Like, yeah, you're 100% right. Who does this? The answer is nobody does this. We're never going to see this again. I 100% agree with you. But I will say, Dr. Linda Thompson, the new president of Westfield, brought that thing in under 3 hours.
Nice.
2 hours, 40 minutes, I want to say, from stem to stern, including the reading of everybody's name. And it kept everybody engaged. I would say the graduates were unbelievable. Mike, they all stayed throughout. So, like, the last person, in whichever department it was, that's name started with Z, was read. That person walked back. Everybody applauded. It was a really, and 2 hours, 40 minutes. You can do anything in 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think the moon landing was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Hey, Michael, Tom Convery led the class in, too, because he was the class advisor.
Oh.
In full regalia, he led the class in.
I got to see him. I sat next to him in the audience for a little
nice.
bit. What a wonderful guy. And
yep.
It was a wonderful, it was a huge full circle moment.
By the way,
so many great people, and Tom's another one.
Only in one commencement, this is Pete Coles, the producer. In one commencement did I see that the master of ceremonies actually eviscerated the president of the college, and that was at Hampshire College.
Well,
I actually watched it. We were at that time that we were dispatching for them, and we were watching the live stream, and my focus was Hampshire, and I watched the master of ceremonies literally eviscerate the president of the college, and there was nothing the president could do about it.
Well.
It's like, hey,
it was
welcome.
Go look it up. It was the funniest thing ever.
I think I'm going to have to watch that. I think I have to watch that, Pete. You're I don't know if you're Mike, a fan of podcasts. You ever listen to Norm's podcast? But
yeah.
Pete's a regular. He's a regular Adam Egan. Isn't that the guy? Isn't that his sidekick? Oh my God, so funny.
Yep.
Well, this has been John Ocker Bloom. John, do me a favor. Promise us, like, if you're ever up to Massachusetts again, maybe you can come in studio and spend some time with us here.
Mike, I'd spend any time with you. And I knew that you had written a play because I remember I was on Facebook when you did it. That was 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh God.
I didn't know you'd written a musical, and I would love to spend time talking about it. Seriously.
Oh,
on or off.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Maybe I'll send you. We're waiting for the last couple of songs to be written. That's the only thing holding us up because when we did the reading, we actually had a Broadway producer in attendance to hear the reading, and his biggest critique was, "This is a musical. There needs to be more songs." So we put in more songs in.
It's interesting. I'm going to walk you through this because I've spent time as a professional person. Musicals do frequently have songs.
Yeah.
Right. That's not. He's not lying.
Well, no, it's true. I mean, apparently we had scheduled like 10 songs, but apparently he thinks 16 would be more appropriate. So we're coming up with the last 6.
It sounds good. Well, you want to know what? I know it's great, and I will tell you, Mike, that we should. I love that you're doing it because I think that the most important thing that you can do is to produce art. If you have the capability to produce art, you should be producing art. It's the most valuable thing that you can be doing because the world needs it. And those of us who are not able to produce art can enjoy it and can be a part of it somehow and to be a supporter of that. That's something that I took a class from a woman named Janice Ian, who is a Grammy-winning performer. She's in her 70s probably now, but and that was her message of her class was, you can be a supporter of art, whether you produce or not, but support those who produce art. So I'm ready to support. So
all right, buddy.
Can't be any more. I can't identify myself as a sucker any more than that, Mike.
Well, John Ocker Bloom, thank you so much for joining us. Now, one of your favorite songs of all time we're going to play. This is Space Oddity. Real quick, because we're running out of time here. Why is it one of your favorite songs?
Really, it's one of my favorite songs because my older daughter, Bethany, learned it. It was the first song that she learned. I was so proud that she would learn a David Bowie song. And I love the fact that Bowie wrote it in, 1969, basically to capitalize on the lunar landing, on the moon landing. So he was a commercial animal from the jump. And plus, if you wrote it today and released it on the radio, I feel like it's a timeless song.
Yep.
That would stand up even as we are today with Blue Origin going to Mars or whatever the hell they're doing. So,
well, John Ocker Bloom, thank you so much for joining us. He chose the title. One thing I know about the song was because he saw the movie Stanley Kubrick's Space Odyssey, so he kind of wrote Space Oddity as sort of a little homage to the Kubrick film too, as well. So
very, very smart. I hear that Stanley Kubrick was a really easy guy to work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little like that's the way Pete feels about you, Mike.
I think so.
Just saying.
John Ocker Bloom, thank you for joining us. And yes, I hope to see you soon, buddy.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, buddy. See ya. John Ocker Bloom. What a great guy. What an absolutely great guy. Here is David Bowie in Space Oddity.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6. Commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2. Check ignition and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the papers want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way, and the stars look very different today, for here am I sitting in a tin can, far above the
I thought we were taking a break and introducing this song.
Oh, no. We play 2 songs in a row. Are you new to the format?
Well, we interrupted the format to do the interview.
Okay. No, play the next song, and then we'll talk about the song, and then we'll say goodbye.
All right.
Way down here, you need a reason to move. Feel a fool, running your stateside games. Lose your load, leave your mind behind, baby Jane. Oh, Mexico, you sound so simple, I just got to go. The sun's so hot, I forgot to go home. Guess I'll have to go now. Americana got the sleepy eye, but his body's still shaking like a live wire. Sleepy senorita with the eyes on fire. Oh, Mexico, you sound so sweet with the sun sinking low. The moon's so bright, like to light up the night. Make everything alright. Baby's hungry and the money's all gone. The folks back home don't want to talk on the phone. She gets so long letters, sends back a postcard. Times are hard. Oh, down in Mexico, I've never really been, so I don't really know. Oh, Mexico, I guess I'll have to go. Oh, Mexico, I've never really been, but I sure like to go. Then whoa, Mexico, I guess I'll have to go now. Talking about in Mexico, and a honky tonk down in Mexico. Mexico, Mexico, Mexico. Oh, Mexico, Mexico.
James Taylor. We always play Massachusetts Act. That's Crosby and Nash doing the backing vocals on there.
Yeah, it sounded like them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty good get.
Yeah.
And in the song, he says that it's in Mexico. He's never been. He'd like to go. It's an easy rhyme, but actually, he did go to Mexico. He was going to do a concert down there, and of course, he got that Montezuma's revenge. And he had to, as I talked about earlier, how artists hate to do this. He had to cancel the show because he couldn't leave his hotel room. And as the earlier story too, it absolutely devastated him that he couldn't do the concert.
Don't drink the water.
So maybe he, maybe going to Mexico wasn't the best idea. He always wanted to go, and maybe it wasn't that.
And he went and went and went and went.
Yes, he did. That's the show. Hopefully you learned something. Did you learn something?
Yes.
We had to boot a couple songs because John was interested and we kept him a little bit longer than we had planned. So that was fun. I want to thank our guest, John Ocker Bloom, for joining us. He did the commencement speech at Westfield State. And that's Peter Coles. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
It's my pal and producer in there. I am your host, Michael Buster McMahon. Drink your milk, look both ways before crossing the street, and never, ever give up your dreams. We always like to end with something kind of fun, and this is a fun little song. This guy was hired to write the theme to a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and he had an idea, and he called back after 5 minutes, and he sang on the song, and there was dead silence on the other end, and he's like, oh, God, I blew my chance. I blew my chance to impress them, and they're not going to hire me. And the next thing, after a long silence, Joe Hanna and William Barbera said, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That's just what we want. It's like, whoosh. So not only that, he got hired to do a couple Hanna-Barbera cartoon songs. Yep. So here you go. So here is the theme to McGill-Grell. Now, we're off for the next 2 weeks, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll be in Florida.
You're gonna be in Florida next week, and then the following week is a holiday. So you're gonna play some best ofs.
Correct.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it'll be fun for me to listen to, right?
Yeah.
Do you know which ones they're going to be yet?
No.
No, okay.
Just pull them at random.
Yeah.
Unless you can look up 2 good dates amongst your YouTube programs and give me 2 dates, and I will make sure those run.
Mine are on YouTube?
Yeah. A lot of them are, yeah.
Hey! Do I Google Michael Buster McMahon?
Look up WSKB Community Radio and then search inside. Yeah.
Well, there you go, listeners. All right, so here's I will see you in a couple of weeks. I'll miss you guys. I really do. I enjoy you guys very much. Here's the theme, the Magilla Gorilla, 89.5 WSKB.
We've got a gorilla for sale, Magilla Gorilla for sale. Won't you buy him, take him home and try him, gorilla for sale. See in the window, Magilla Gorilla, full of charm and appeal. Handsome, elegant, intelligent, sweet, he's really ideal. Don't you want a little gorilla you can call your own? A gorilla who'll be with you when you're all alone.
This is the Magilla Gorilla Show, starring me and Mr. Peebles, with Mush Mouse and Pumpkin Puss, and Ricochet Rabbit and Droopball.
Gorilla, Magilla Gorilla for sale.
How much is that gorilla in the window?